come in here as Wisconsin tonight. And the Badgers will try to get a little revenge after their 4-set loss last Halloween. Off we go. Top 10 volleyball on a Saturday night from Purdue. And the first swing off for Maddie Cook, coming off a career night against Iowa. And Julia Orzol with the first swing for Wisconsin. There's Eva Hudson, the freshman, who is an offensive machine, putting the first ball down for the Boilers.
Such a great swing by Hudson. A lot of times you see freshmen come into Big Ten play and just wanting to pound the ball down to the floor, but she does a great job utilizing high hands there.
Almost 5 kills a set for Eva Hudson in her first year in a Boilermaker uniform. Izzy Aspern sets for Danielle Hart, and it's blocked. Raven Colvin out of the middle. That's young against old in the middle. Colvin, a sophomore. 6th-year player Danielle Hart for Wisconsin. Now to the back row, that's just wide of the mark for Sarah Franklin, and the first 3 of the night go to the Boilermakers.
Just a little bit wide. I have a feeling that Wisconsin's going to be trying to run their middles and back row. Sheffield mentioned he wanted to get the middle third more active in the games.
He's done that with Hart. Ashburn went to Franklin down the middle there, so back-to-back sets down the middle. And Grace Balancey sets Cook off the block and down for Maddie Cook.
Skimmerhorn did a great job controlling that first contact. She got that right up to her setter, and she had 3 options. And then we see Maddie Cook go aggressively and get her first kill of the night.
Cook had a career-high 15 kills against Iowa. It was a 5-set winner for Purdue here on Wednesday night. Julia Orzol to the back, Ellie Hornung with the dig. High ball for Hudson. And that very big block for Wisconsin there, but the coverage was not.
That's a good swing, but Wisconsin block did their job. They got a good touch. The ball went up, but there was no communication. Those back row players need to talk about who's going to get that, and they need to be able to run their offense out of that.
Well, one of the biggest teams in the country, Wisconsin, going back to Anna Smrek in the starting lineup tonight at 6'9". And to the middle, Danielle Hart has it fished off the net by Colvin, and Wisconsin does finally get on the board, going down the middle like you were talking about.
Yes, Danielle Hart did such a great job there, cutting it thumb down so sharp. She saw Raven Colvin so big in front of her and was able to really work her wrist to get that shot under the block.
Terrific night for Hart on Wednesday, and a straight set win for Wisconsin at Indiana. And there's the big block for Wisconsin. Smrek and Hart sliding over to get it.
They're a great blocking combination. Hart does such a great job reading where the setter is wanting to go and getting her hip close to the block.
A little finger wag toward the student section. The block party for Danielle Hart too. But a service error gives a point back to Purdue. They lead by 3 in set 1.
That serve was just barely behind that end line. And at this point in the match, super early on, that's okay. Orzol was going super strong with that serve and just barely missed it.
Emily Brown in to serve for the Boilermakers. A push for Sarah Franklin. Nice dig, Maddie Skimmerhorn, the libero for Purdue. Ashburn for Orzol in the back, and off the hands and down.
Good swing by Orzol. She saw that there are 3 blockers in front of her, and she did a great job not pulling down, but instead looking for hands and swinging high. She had a lot of success there, and I have a feeling that each attacker is going to utilize those high hands tonight.
Gooch to King gets the serve off, and Raven Colvin has it into the student section for a kill out of the middle.
That was a great set. Colvin had a huge seam in her block, and she just went for it. She didn't pull down, but she went deep, and I think the Badger defenders were expecting her to pull down, so they were dug in, and when she hit it deep on them, they were off balance.
Eva Hudson with the service. There's Emma Ellis.
Great tool shot by Ellis. You could see her approaching. She wanted to go off Anna Smrk's hands rather than trying to go through the block. She did a great job turning her arm swing out and attacking her left hand.
Tool shot kill for Emma Ellis. Skimmerhorn could not quite get there. And Wisconsin finding success down the middle again.
Yes. It's very smart of Wisconsin to work in tips early on. That way, the Purdue defenders are going to have to be a little bit more shallow and expecting that. So that way, when they are attacking, they're going to have those deep corner shots open.
Caroline Crawford, her and Danielle Hart Both coming off efficient matches on Wednesday. MJ Hamill with the service. Out to the pin for Ellis again, and she splits the block.
Big swing by Ellis. She gets her feet there, which allows her to swing high into that seam. If she would have been swinging low into that seam, the block would have been there, but she was swinging high and over them.
Raven Colvin, the serving middle for Purdue. Sarah Franklin, dug in the back, Hudson. Tap for Clayton, Wisconsin's all over it. And Franklin to Hudson one more time. And the dump for Renner, Guchtikin over to grab it. And around the antenna, Robinson. Emma Ellis has that steered back at her on the block.
Great block by Devin Robinson. Sheffield, before the game, mentioned how he wanted that Ellis-Robinson matchup for both blocking and for attacking for Robinson. So it'll be interesting to see them battle it out tonight.
Just a little tweak in the lineup for Wisconsin.
Yes, we're seeing Robinson and Hamill together, subbing in together, which leaves Ashburn and Schmreck together.
There's Clayton going sharp on a little tap. Robinson was there. And a slide for Clayton, and she slides that inside the block.
Smart shot by Clayton. Wisconsin would have had that blocked had Cece had her hands pressed over. When you're blocking, it's so important to use your core and your shoulders to get your hands all the way over. It's not so much about how high you get, but rather how far over the net you can push your hands.
Jay Hamill for Devin Robinson, who puts it down hard but out. And the attack error for Robinson has Purdue up by 6 in set 1. And a timeout for Wisconsin.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Well, running the 6-2 this year, she's doing that for the first time since she was on the south side of Indy. Not in high school. Middle school was the last time that MJ Hamill was involved in the 6-2. So coming home this week with a look she hasn't had in about 10 years.
Yes, MJ, she's a very talented setter, and one thing that I think she's very good at is she does a good job reversing flow, meaning if the pass is taking her forward, she's able to jack that ball back and set the opposite, or vice versa, if the ball is taking her back and she's backpedaling, she's able to push it all the way out to the outside.
Her ace forced the Purdue timeout, and that ball is long, and another point for Wisconsin.
And although that one wasn't an ace, she still did a great job getting Purdue out of system and causing that error.
Eva Hudson, third error of the night. 9 kills leading Purdue. And Hamill buzzes that long.
Got to have a short memory in volleyball, and we see that right now. Wisconsin huddled up, and they were all next point mentality.
Here's Hudson serving. Anna Smreck sledgehammers it down.
That was a great read by Smreck. We saw the Purdue block taking her wrist away shot, and she saw that as well, and she went up there and swung crossbody. As a middle blocker, a lot of times you're diving one way or the other, and as an attacker, it's your responsibility to see that and go after the opposite angle.
And Franklin sends that long.
I think I might have jinxed the Wisconsin servers.
You're taking the heat for that?
I'll take that one.
Error, Grace.
I'm negative for the night.
Guchtikin, the passer, and it zigzags around. Free ball for Wisconsin. Emma Ellis turned away. Oh, big thump on the block from Anna Smreck and Danielle Hart.
That was a big block. That set was a little bit inside, and Smreck did a great job signaling to Hart to stay in, and they got their hands pressed over far. As an attacker, there's not a ton you can do about that kind of set with that kind of block in front of you.
This place is loud. You can hear the sound of that.
Yes.
That's hard to do.
The block party for Purdue was not very loud that time.
And Yulia Orzol brings up set point for the Badgers. And the tip for Hannah Clayton keeps this set alive.
Good heads-up play by Clayton, and that's big net presence. She saw that ball coming over and was able to dink it right back down.
Dink.
Dink. It doesn't always have to be pretty. Sometimes if you see an opening, you just got to put it down right away.
Crawford off speed. Ellis. Steered back, and Wisconsin takes set 2.
Another big block on Ellis for Wisconsin.
And some of the teams hanging right outside. Wisconsin was right outside. And 12th in the RPI, 7th in the coaches poll, but right outside the committee's top 10. And a block starts this third set for Caroline Crawford.
Crawford does such a great job, in my opinion, reading the setters and getting her body positioned in front of that attacker. And right there, we saw Clayton attack her line of approach, and Crawford was right in front of her.
Valency for setting this rotation. And Cook recovers after being blocked. Bump set from Gutstekin. Eva Hudson, Thunder.
There Hudson is again, swinging so high and so powerful through that Wisconsin block. She went after that inside line that time and had a ton of success.
Franklin from the back.
Wisconsin is really working to get their middles and their back row attack involved. We've seen it a handful of times in the first 2 sets, and starting off this set with a kill by Franklin from the back row. It just makes it really challenging on the defending team to know who they're going to go to.
No kills for Franklin in the first set, 6 since then.
She had a short memory and was able to bounce back.
Oh, good block. Raven Colvin, Eva Hudson.
Down.
Hands on it for Hudson. And Colvin on the slide, whacks it. Sarah Franklin, not this time. She said, oh.
She was excited about that one.
Robinson into the antenna. Probably not going to see the middle get to 10 digs, but
she's executing every aspect of her game tonight. It's impressive.
I don't know, maybe an outside shot if we go 5 to get a triple-double.
That would be impressive as a middle.
And that's down. Out of the middle, Danielle Hart.
At this level, it's not all about just powering through. You got to find ways to keep the defense on their toes, and Hart did a great job of that, and I think both sides are doing a great job of mixing things up.
Raven Colvin went line. Hamill saves. And Brown and Colvin coming together. Emma Ellis, a touch out. Eva Hudson, 11 kills already for Purdue tonight. That's the list that she's trying to join. Only 4 times in Big Ten history as a freshman led the Big Ten in kills. And she's got a pretty healthy lead over Taylor Landfair, about a half a kill per set.
It's very impressive, especially as a freshman coming into arguably the best conference in volleyball, and she hasn't flinched playing against some of the top teams. She is playing with confidence, and I think that's allowing her to just succeed every single night. Whether she has a hitting error or an attack, she's got the same mentality and is going up to every swing with a ton of confidence.
So it was Julia Orzol slipping it past Eva Hudson. It's been since 2007 a freshman has led the league in kills. 2018 the last time an underclassman did it.
Whether it be a kill or just make something happen out of that swing.
Talking Hudson, right?
Yes.
Yep. And the dump.
Keep Wisconsin so they can't be dropping to defense so quick.
And Purdue with 2 in a row. Keeping Balancey back. Hannah Clayton up there with the net defense. Julia Orzol slaps it off the block.
Good swing by Orzol. She saw that block was a little bit late to close, and she attacked it high and was able to tool them. That was a good set by Hamill. She was able to push that all the way out, and that's one of the things that I think Hamill's super talented with. No matter where she is on the court, she's able to push it all the way out.
Goes with the back set this time, and Ellis pumps it out. Franklin, back row, Hudson. Balancey for Ellis, and out. Great lead up with the track. Got right above it playing. Sally Hornigs slugs it away on the serve. Here's Franklin and Hornig with the dig. And Cook cross court.
And easier said than done, of course.
Right. Never happened to you.
Never.
Never.
Good things happen when you swing high.
Keep reminding the people. That's what Orzol's done tonight. 12 kills, hitting almost 400. And Hudson has it. This is what Kelly Sheffield's talking about when he compared Devin Robinson to Giannis Antetokounmpo.
A little bit of basketball action there. Her dad is a head basketball coach, so it makes sense she's got some skills.
And down. And just a touch out for Skimmerhorn. Now it's Emily Brown. Gujtakin chasing. And joust with Colvin. Eva Hudson. Dug by Grigorski, who had the service. And Orzol rips it down. And Hudson can't get there.
I think that's also credit to Kelly Sheffield and his team for making adjustments as the game goes on. They changed things after that first set and found ways to expose different weaknesses in Purdue's game.
Well, you figured it wouldn't be around 300 for the whole night for Purdue because Wisconsin's defense, one of the best in the country at holding teams to a number in the 100s.
Opposite strengths right here playing out against each other.
Now Purdue trying to stay undefeated in the Big Ten and at home. They're the last undefeated team in their home building in the Big Ten at 8-0, also 5-0 in the league. Franklin flips that out.
We see Eva Hudson coming to the back row, but that doesn't mean she's going to be out of the offense. They're still going to be working to find her.
Devin Robinson battling with Ellis. Over to the other side, Franklin. Ellis slides over. Franklin another swing. Brown gets down. Orzol. Sarah Franklin. Brown, nice save. Robinson flutters one. Hudson picks it up. Back to Devin Robinson. Sharp one picked up by Brown. Longest rally of the night right here. Devin Robinson with the tool.
Great rally on both sides. Defenders were all over the court reading the attackers, and Robinson did a great job that entire rally switching up her shot. We saw her go cross court. We saw her take some speed off in her second swing, and then on that third swing, she went for the line shot tool. I don't know if she intentionally took some off, but it got Purdue to suck in a little bit.
And an ace serve for Wisconsin.
That's one of those serves that just dropped right away. There's not much you can do about that. That's just a great serve by Hamill.
Both setters for Kelly Sheffield in Wisconsin can serve you up an ace. Hamill and Ashburn both have 5 service ace matches this year. And Hamill will stay back there on the arrow for Ellis.
We used to call Izzy Ashburn Izzy Aceburn as our serving specialist last year. Being somebody that would go up against that serve every single day in practice, it's not fun. It is not fun to be passing against.
One of the things you don't miss about playing.
Exactly.
Hudson from the back gets Hamill off the service line. 12th kill of the night.
Good swing by Hudson. She finds that alleyway. We saw Gooch Tekken a little bit closer to the sideline, and she saw that and was able to swing more so in the alleyways of the court rather than the sidelines.
Franklin down.
Great battle by Yulia Orzol on that pass. That dropped in front of her. It was almost like it was going towards her left toe, but she was able to stick with it and battle it up to get that ball to MJ Hamill.
And a dump for Megan Renner.
Renner is 2 for 2 on the night with her setter dumps. She knows the right time to do them, and she switches up. We saw before her go behind her back, and that time she went aggressively, 2 hands, pressing into Danielle Hart's block, which was up and ready. Just she had a little bit more strength with her dump.
Franklin from the back, Hudson. Now Maddie Chin into the match on the pin for Purdue, and past her block for Smrek.
Smrek obviously has the height, and when she's able to get her feet underneath the ball and jump and contact at her highest point, that's a nearly impossible ball to dig, and that's what we saw right there. She was high, and she contacted that ball at her highest point.
Franklin flicks it and scores it.
Well, she has a leadership role out there with her team. She's bringing a ton of energy and a ton of emotion, and she is firing up the girls on her side.
Wisconsin leads it by 6. Orzol came in, Grace, last couple matches, not super efficient. Last 3, she was sitting below 100, but tonight she's made up for that by a big number.
She has, and I think it all comes with her confidence and her ability to just really work the edges of the block. Sometimes when we see her struggle, it's because she's swinging low into that block, and she doesn't have a ton of options when she's doing that. So I'm sure that's been something that they've been working on, and we're seeing it come to life right here.
Anna Smrek back healthy, just played in 1 set. Going to return to the lineup after 2 matches out on Wednesday. Gutstekin with a good get. And down the line, Orzol just a touch out.
That was a good swing. It was just barely out. It honestly looked like it could have clipped the line, but it doesn't look like it. She didn't seem confident enough to tell Sheffield to challenge that.
See if she can redeem. Clayton. Orzol again blocked. Gutstekin covers it up. And Skimmerhorn running. Hudson to Gutstekin. Franklin, Ballensiefer. Hudson curls that too strong. Set point Wisconsin to take a 2-1 lead.
Looks like Purdue was putting a lot of balls on Gooch Tech in that rally. Gooch Tech in the one in white, the libero, who is their best defender. So if I'm Chandela, I'm telling them to mix up their shots and don't be putting them on the libero.
Gutchkin 16 digs so far. Cook taps it down. And set point number 1 staved off for Purdue.
Smart shot by Cook. You could tell Crawford was trying everything in her ability to stay up and press that ball down, but she was just a little bit late.
Devin Robinson puts an end to that set. No doubt about that one.
No doubt about that one. Very impressive set by Izzy Ashburn.
What's expected to be the last day of the season to determine the champion type year. This could shape the outlook of that race in a big way, and a good start for Wisconsin in set 4 with Orzol.
You said it, this is an important match for both teams because both these teams are going to be, I'm sure, contending for a top spot in the Big Ten Conference. So this win right here will be very beneficial for either side.
And a block for Crawford and Robinson. 2 in a row for Wisconsin. There's been a lot of talk that there could be, a high number in the loss column for a champion this year. Of course, Purdue and Nebraska want none of that, coming into this weekend undefeated.
I think that's a very big possibility. We're just seeing these teams go in and battle every single night, and there's a lot of different strengths within each team, and I think one of the big things is a lot of the top teams from previous seasons, they lost a lot of big starters, and a lot of these maybe lower of the Big Ten teams have a lot of returners, and they just have been improving each season. So we're seeing that play out when teams like Northwestern get these big upsets.
Big hit, Devin Robinson. 3 out of the first 4 to Wisconsin in this 4th set. For what it's worth, the record for a Big Ten champion, the most losses for a Big Ten champion is 4. 2010, Penn State won the Big Ten with 4 losses, but the standard is 1 or 2 losses. That's the most that you can afford to win the Big Ten. Wisconsin was one of the outliers last year with 3 losses. And that's pushed down the line, and Purdue back with the score from Maddie Cook. At the national level, preseason number 1, with Purdue going from picked 8th to in 1st at the start of the night.
A lot of times you don't want to look too closely to preseason rankings because those really don't matter. It all matters what happens at the end of the season. And yeah, I think that fired Purdue up, if anything. They're playing with a little bit of an edge to them this season so far.
Robinson blocked. Franklin. Hudson rolls. Franklin there. Robinson with hands on it again from Hudson. Fun battle over there. Hudson against Robinson, and the block on the other pin. It's Colvin and Renner.
I don't notice any lack in presence from Purdue's block party. There's no such thing as fall break when volleyball season's in town.
Season tickets for the block party sold out in about 20 minutes.
I can see why. It's fun being in here. It's a fun environment.
Every single match in the Big Ten already sold out months in advance. Robinson thumps it off the block of Hudson. Purdue alum Brittany Dildine over there coaching up Devin Robinson, at least celebrating with her on alumni night for Purdue.
I wonder if that was planned purposefully, that Dildine was going to be here, or it was just a coincidence.
Coach Dildine was not out there.
I was kind of wondering, but knowing Dildine, she is locked into the game, so she was staying with her Badgers and coaching them through this.
Gutchkin with the up. Approaching 20 digs on the night, and after her dig, it's rolled down. So Sarah Franklin goes +2 for Wisconsin.
That is a challenging swing for Franklin. That ball was taking her back. She wasn't jumping, she was backpedaling, but she was able to control that, but still put in a nice ball right in front of the Purdue defenders, and it just confused them.
And just nice and casual at about 10 to 12 feet.
But from personal experience, those are so hard when you're going backwards. It's that high, and you're like, just make contact with the ball.
Have you whiffed on one of those?
One time my freshman year went under the net.
Well, Purdue, oh, it's on the Big Ten Plus archive, definitely.
It'll be interesting to see if they can become more consistent with putting in challenging balls rather than eventually airing out.
And the service in from Colvin, not only in, but an ace. Still waiting for her to play her best. Hudson swats one. Hamill picks it up. Franklin from the back. Franklin waiting on it. And Smrek shoots it long.
Raven Colvin is still back there serving, and that's a server that you don't want to be back there too long because she puts in a lot of pressure behind the service line, and it's hard to pass. And she's going right after Orzol.
And Orzol, after being attacked and serve receive, got a swing off. Here's Anna Smrek, and she takes a little off to put it down.
She makes the correction. She went long that last time. This next time she got up there and kind of just snapped it off. Which again, it doesn't matter if you're swinging super hard and putting downward trajectory or if you're just kind of dinking it in. If it hits the ground, it's a point for your team. Ooh.
Ball nearly curled away on Brown on the serve for Gutschtikin. Set comes from Skimmerhorn. Orzol. Block touch. And Hudson had 3 up at the net for Wisconsin.
That was a good read by the Wisconsin blockers to know that they're probably going to want to get Hudson involved, and they each stepped in and were able to close that block.
Somebody was going to block that.
Somebody was, unless she decided to tip that.
And it ended up being Smrek. See if Hudson gets another look at it in that spot. Orzol cross court. Seventh time this year, Orzol has gone for 10+ kills. She's got 16 on the night, her best night. Season high with those 16. Previous high 13 against Marquette in non-conference. And Clayton swerves that down.
Good swing by Clayton. It looked a little bit like a misconnection, but sometimes as a middle, those misconnections really work because you could be hitting it deep into the corner or misconnecting and bringing it down in front of the 10-foot line, and it's just hard to read either way until it actually happens.
Robinson punched it. Skimmerhorn with the get. Clayton with the touch. Caroline Crawford keeps the point alive. Balancey to the outside. Oh, Robinson.
Swings, which is allowing them to slow it down and run their offense out of it, which they weren't doing a ton in that first set.
So Franklin into double digits. She's got 10 kills for a 5th straight match. Into the cross court, Gutschtikin, one hand and right back to the spot she left for Eva Hudson. Gutschtikin it turned into a shuttle run for Gutschtikin. Caroline Crawford, and that's out.
These players are focused on getting this next serve in. We don't want to give Wisconsin that relief again.
Emily Brown, Orzol and Gutschtikin in the same spot. And a little roll attempt for Franklin and point for Purdue. 4 of the top 7 teams in the country in the Big Ten, even with a lot of players turning over. Not out of the question to think that you could have Big Ten against Big Ten in the national title match again.
I would not be shocked. Yes, Texas is playing very well right now.
Here's Hudson. Rattles through the block, but picked up by Hamill. Cross court, that sneaks in there on that sharp shot again for Franklin. Hudson into the block. Skimmerhorn backs it up. Smrek tools it. There talks of football stadiums, aircraft carriers.
I see it in the future for volleyball.
The ideas are getting wild. Sarah Franklin thumps it down. And Wisconsin leads in set 4.
Wisconsin did a great job controlling that. They were a little bit out of system, a little bit of chaos, but Guchsekin did a good job getting her feet there and putting in a very good playable set for Franklin to go up and take a big grip.
And MJ Hamill with an ace.
Hamill is having a good serving night tonight. She's getting some aces, but also consistently putting Purdue out of system.
Skimmerhorn over helping. Orzol off the net and didn't clear it. So 4 contacts against Wisconsin and Purdue within 1.
Orzol saw where the help from the block was coming, and she tried to go to that opposite angle, and she just swung a little bit short there. But it was the right idea to see where the block help was coming from and go after the opposite spot.
And a smrek.
That's one of the benefits of when smrek is in there in Hart. They're able to do a double quick, and that's what we saw. It's really hard to defend when you've got a slide going behind and a quick coming in front. As a blocker, you just got to make a decision and go for it. And right there, we saw 3 one-on-ones that were going to happen.
Hudson off the tape, touched by Wisconsin. Orzol touch. And Hudson Hamill going overhead. And that is out. An efficient night before she was out.
They're wanting to get her the ball.
And Raven Colvin rattles it down.
She's able to fight that one through the block, and it just lands in front of the defender. That's a great swing by her. And we saw Jocelyn Boyer making her debut this season. She was out in the beginning of the season with an injury, but she came in and put a good serve in there.
Orzol, too strong. Oh no, she did. She get a touch? Yeah, she did.
Purdue looks shocked. It seems like they do not think they touched that.
Purdue won a challenge earlier, so they kept their challenge. Camera's good enough this time.
It was.
For the reversal. So take the point and the kill off the board for Orzol in Wisconsin. Instead of 2017, 1918. And service belongs to Purdue with Raven Colvin. Orzol line, picked up out of there, and that's out. That was a good get by Brown, but out of bounds, and Wisconsin by 2. I'm with you. I saw how it could have been potential net call. So they'll get a couple looks at it. This is the 4th time that Purdue has challenged. They've won twice. They've lost 1. And the net's moving there.
It is. It looks like Hamill was in the net as she was setting it.
I didn't envision that I saw the signal for the touch call, or for the touch call, right?
No, I saw that also. But
okay.
I was thinking maybe a net call, but then they signaled the touch, and now it looks like we're looking at a net violation.
Maybe that's why Dave Shondell was having that conversation.
Yes, sometimes with challenges, you look at all different parts of the play. So he could be challenging one part, but they're looking at every aspect of that play to see if there was a touch, somebody in the net, and 2 in a row. 2 very smart challenges.
Okay, so they were looking at the net call. Just saw fingers up over toward Kelly Sheffield from the down official.
The refs are saying that MJ Hamill's hip was in the net as she was going up to set Orzol.
So we are tied at 19 in the 4th set, and Yulia Orzol takes it out on that swing.
Same play. That pass was a little bit tight to the net, but Hamill did a great job staying out of the net, setting Orzol up again, and just letting her go to work.
Been hard at work all night. 17 kills, season high for Orzol. Tape buzzing serve for Gutstekin. Chin. Franklin. Oh, wow.
Big rip by Franklin in a very crucial point. It is now winning time for both sides. Looks like she just put it past the right hand of Clayton's block.
Clayton trying for the slide. Hands on it from Clayton. Orzol with the left hand. And point for Purdue.
That was a very tight set for Orzol, but I liked how she went up there and she was trying to recycle the ball. She was trying to put that ball in Purdue's block and get it back on her side, but Purdue's block did a great job of recognizing that and not allowing it to happen.
Big Ten title type defining matches when Purdue and Wisconsin get together.
It's early in the season, but it's going to mean a lot later in the season.
And Hamill can't get there. It's Clayton tying it up at 21.
Great swing by Clayton. She does such a great job of disguising if she's going to be attacking it deep or if she's going to hit those really sharp corner spots.
Overpass. Wisconsin recovers for now. Orzol got a touch on it, and Wisconsin by one again.
Great swing by Orzol. That set was a little bit inside. It was out of system coming from across the court, and she did a great job of getting her feet there and staying high with her attack. And like I said, good things happen when you stay high.
So much at stake early in the Big Ten. And Ashburn sees the score even up on the service error.
An unlikely error from Ashburn behind the service line.
Riley Hornung. Purdue looking for the lead back. Eva Hudson. Gutstekin. Orzol cross court. No touch this time. And Purdue 2 points away from a fifth set with a Wisconsin timeout. Yeah, if you need anything to latch onto, there are like 6 things riding on these next couple of points. Orzol with the tip. Cook, and it's sent back by Wisconsin. Orzol and Crawford up in the net, and we're tied.
Good block. That was an important close there. You could see Sheffield a little bit seemingly angry with the tip decision there, but Orzol was able to make up for it with that block.
It looked like he said finish, finish. Reading the lips of Kelly Sheffield. Hudson rattles it. Orzol with a pickup. And off of Robinson. Point still alive. Wisconsin pointing at the antenna. And Gutstekin with a dig. Franklin cross court, bringing up match point.
Impressive play all around. It almost looked like Robinson might have had a kill off of her head. She was blocked, came back, hit her in the head, went over. She looked like she didn't even know the ball was still in play, but her teammates kept going.
So match point for Wisconsin, trying to win it in 4. And it's down in front of Ashburn, and we are tied in set 4.
Very smart tip decision. Wisconsin's defenders were dug back, ready for a powerful swing coming at them, and Purdue's attackers saw that and just put that easy tip right in front of them.
Robinson has it blocked. Oh, Colvin was ready for it to be over, and now it is.
Colvin and Hudson are doing a great job defending Robinson's attack right now. They're putting a big block up in front of her.
Back to Robinson. Got the block touch, but over the top of Hornung.
And you see that trust between Ashburn and Robinson. Robinson was just blocked, but Ashburn goes right back to her, and we see her get that kill.
Caroline Crawford serves it. And that's out. Think these people are invested?
Everybody is on their feet in this arena. I am leaning forward. I am into this.
It's true. Franklin. And we're tied again.
Great swing. And that was a great pass by Guchtekin.
Smrek and Hamill checking back in. It'll be Hamill to serve it with Robinson out. Wisconsin had match point. Purdue had set point. Play on. Deuce volleyball. Colvin blocked. Hudson is there. Hudson saved a swing. Little off target for Franklin. And Colvin steers it wide. So match point again for Wisconsin. Hamill with the serve. Colvin sliding. And Smrek into the front row. Let's play more, why don't we?
Why don't we? Hamill put in another great serve, but I am very impressed by the passers on both sides. They are controlling every single challenging serve that comes at them and putting their team in a really good situation. And we're tied up again.
Service from Hudson. Guchtekin down to get it. And Hudson earning Purdue a free ball. Sarah Franklin, Stimmerhorn hangs in. Smrek fighting at the net. Match point again for Wisconsin.
Huge overpass kill, and that was just, you could tell Smrek was excited to go up there and put that one down. You see Hamill signal to Franklin, I got you. That's a good teammate.
Match point number 3 for the Badgers. And that's out.
Just barely out. It looked like she was trying to cut that one all the way over to that sideline with a thumb down serve.
Orzol receives. Clayton with the tip. Hamill off her feet. Orzol off the block. Match point number 4.
Another great out-of-system swing by Orzol. She's just been so consistent tonight, and her teammates have been able to depend on her throughout the entire match.
And the only freshman starting at libero in the Big Ten. J. Guchtekin with the service. And the ace! Wisconsin down after the first set, win 3 in a row. And win this match at number 5, Purdue.
Great serve by Guchtekin to finish this match off strong. What an exciting game that was.